Okay, that's recording now.
Okay.
So, tell me, where were you born and what's the favorite place you've been and who are you?
My name is Joe Lazaro. I was born in the city of Garfield, New Jersey, in Bergen County, part of the metropolitan area in New York, New Jersey. But the oddball thing about that is Garfield has no hospital. So I was one of the few people that were born in the city of Garfield because I was delivered by a midwife who incidentally spelled my name wrong when she recorded my birth.
How'd she spell it?
She left the Z out. So I'm the only Lazaro with one Z. My mother, my father, all my kids, my cousins and everybody. He said, how the hell did it happen that you wound up with one Z? And I didn't discover that until I went in the Marine Corps. I had to show my birth certificate for the first time, and that's when I realized that I was a Lazaro with one Z.
What are some of the favorite places you've visited or lived in?
Well, I love Garfield, but I also love Toms River. I lived in Toms River for quite a few years.
Where's that?
In New Jersey.
What's it like?
It's a much bigger town than you would think. The name Toms River gives you the idea that it's a little place, but it's probably got a population of about 40, 50,000 people and up to about 100,000 in the summertime because it's right there on the Jersey Shore. My kids all grew up there, all went to high school there. But the place that I really was surprised at, it seemed, was where my mom and my father was born in Carpinteria, which is a little town in the province of Palermo in Sicily. And when we went there, my wife and I went there to visit, I was expecting to see a ghetto, but it was beautiful. It was very much like Santa Barbara, red tile roofs, palm trees, orange orchards, and so forth. So that was a real pleasant surprise for me to see how beautiful the place was where my dad was born. It's a little town that's just many old people. And it's funny, when I talk to the old people, they say, well, the reason we're here and no young ones is they all go up to Milano to work in the auto factories. And the chief, place of employment in Carpinteria was a sulfur mine, which is now depleted.
What do you think of Carpinteria?
I love Carpinteria. I've been here now. I've been here longer than any other place. I've been here about 30 years now. Yeah.
Same with me. I've been here 22 years longer than any other place. It's nice when people can reach that milestone when they live here in Carpinteria.
Oh, yeah. Well, my whole family's there now. My daughter Mary Beth started it. She insisted she wanted to go to UCSB. And I argued with her. I said, we got some pretty darn good colleges here in New Jersey. We got Princeton and Rutgers, and it goes on and on and on. But she insisted she wanted to come out here. So as a result, she met my son-in-law Martin, and at their wedding, my daughter Jerry met Martin's brother Greg. They got married, and so we're all out here now. Then my son Mike came out, and my daughter Angela, who is now a big shot with Union Bank. She's the senior vice president of Union Bank, which she was also with Santa Barbara Bank and Trust. And she's one of the few people that Union Bank kept on after they took over.
What lessons have you learned in life?
Well, I was a cop for 24 years.
Yeah.
And I saw things, I saw the real sad part of human life most often. I mean, it's people on drugs, people drunk, people, husband, wife, domestic disputes, well, a lot of sad stuff. So I try not to be one of those.
That's the lesson, is don't be one of those?
Don't be one of those, yeah.
Well, is the lesson from that appreciate what you have and that there is a right way and a wrong way? Or?
Well, I appreciate my life has been just great. There's not a thing in my life that I would change, actually. I mean, I was married for 52 years. My wife passed away going on 6 years ago now. My kids are all great kids, thank God. I was lucky there. Right now, my daughter Jerry and Greg and my son-in-law Greg live right next door to me. So my daughter Jerry has taken over where my wife left off, because my wife was a registered nurse. She was the director of nursing in Santa Barbara Convalescence Hospital. Jerry's a nurse. She worked for quite a few years. So now Jerry comes over and makes sure I take all the medications that I have to take. I just got done with my 5th back surgery, so.
Oh, you have your cane with you.
Yeah, I got my cane, yes.
Well, what's you believe? Well, any thoughts on how to have a happy life? Just go with the flow, or any other thoughts along those lines?
Well, first off, I would have to say that marrying my wife made my life perfect. My wife was just the perfect wife. Not only was she a great Italian cook, she's Italian, but she was a registered nurse. I mean, those are 2 very important areas for my life. I'd be sitting there reading a newspaper, and she'd say, "Okay, roll up your sleeve," and I'd say, "What's that all about?" Boop, she gave me a shot. That's for the flu. So, if I was maybe eating something too much, she would take the dish away and say, "Here, try this instead." Yeah.
Nice. It's nice how the person you live with can certainly influence how you eat,
Oh,
how you
yeah.
behave.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I could see that she had a very strong influence on the kids. I mean, they've all turned out to be really damn good kids, and I can't take much credit for that. I have to give her all the credit for that.
You could have stuck more monkey wrenches in the works. You didn't, apparently. Well, one question I ask everybody is, how would they like to be remembered?
I never thought about that. Just be remembered as Joe Lazaro, the guy that used to have an occasional donut here at Tyler's, and meet with the guys over at Jack's Bagels. And I love Rotary. Rotary has been a very influential part of my life.
How so?
Well, first off, the club itself has some real quality people. And the things that they do, Rotary clubs throughout the world, they exist in 164 countries. It's because of Rotary that polio is just about non-existent. And guys like Wade Nomura and Larry Siegel and Debbie Murphy, they've traveled all around the world giving people in 3rd world countries the ability to have good, clean water, which they never had before. And they make money, and the money just definitely goes right back to the community, or on all of the Rotary projects. I've been blessed. I was with the other club for about 18 years, and I'm with this club for about.
Which one?
I'm with the Rotary Club, the Noontime Rotary Club that meets on Thursday, Alliance Park.
And where does the other club meet and when?
We meet at the Women's Club, and it's a morning club on Wednesday mornings. So there are 2 clubs in town, and each club does exactly what I just got done.
Is there rivalry between the 2?
No rivalry at all. As a matter of fact, we're constantly getting together on different projects throughout So,
Oh, well, those are good comments, Joe.
yeah.
Well, thanks so much.
You're welcome,
Appreciate
bud.
it. Turn
You're
it off
welcome.
here. Let's see if we're still recording. All right.